Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make this herb and Parmesan wool roll bread. It's easier than it looks, but it's super fun and super festive.
So the first thing you want to do is make a tangzhou, which is just water and flour. You're going to cook the water and flour into a paste. It should only take about 2 minutes to do this. Cook it until you get a thick paste and then let it cool. This gelatinizes the flour, allowing the water and the moisture to get trapped in it, leading to a tender and more soft, pillowy bread roll. Next, you're going to add some warm milk to a mixing bowl and add some active dry yeast. Mix that in until the active dry yeast is dissolved. Add an egg to the liquid and beat that in as well. Now add the tangzhou paste to the liquid and use a balloon whisk to beat and break up the big chunks. Don't worry if you can't get all of it broken down and there are some lumps in there, that's totally okay. Now go ahead and add the flour along with the salt, the sugar, and the melted butter. Now place the bowl back on the stand mixer fitted with the dough hook. Go ahead and knead the dough for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's elastic and smooth and slightly tacky. You can also hand knead this dough if you do not have a stand mixer. Now lightly spray a bowl with some cooking oil and take the dough and stretch it out into a smooth ball, placing the ball in the bowl with the rough side down. Cover with plastic wrap and let rise for about an hour to 90 minutes until the dough has doubled in size. While the dough is rising, go ahead and make the filling by combining melted butter, Parmesan cheese, chopped Italian parsley, and chopped sage. Now take the dough and place it on a clean surface. Go ahead and divide that dough into 5 equal pieces and take each piece of dough and turn them into round balls. Take one of those balls of dough and go ahead and roll it out into a 9 by 5 inch rectangle. Once you have the rectangle of dough, go ahead and take a knife or a bench scraper and cut strips of dough about the top 2/3 of the dough rectangle. You want to leave the bottom 1/3 of the dough untouched and still intact. Once done, you'll notice that the whole thing looks almost like a hair comb. Now take some filling and go ahead and spread it over this dough. You want to spread it over the bottom half and also into the strips itself. You do want to leave about 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom untouched. Now take your fingers and go ahead and roll this dough all the way up to form a log. Now take this log of dough and go ahead and place it around the edge of a baking pan that's been lined with parchment paper. Repeat this process with the remaining 4 other pieces of dough. Once you've got the pan filled with dough, cover it with plastic wrap and let it rise until it has doubled in size. Once you're ready to bake this bread, go ahead and brush it with some melted butter. Place it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees and bake it for 25 to 30 minutes or until it's golden brown. Once it's ready to be served, brush it with some extra butter and serve. You can find all the ingredient amounts along with the full recipe and tips and tricks on how to make this bread on my blog, eatthelove.com.